Hey everyone, this is Austin Scher here with We Write About Music, and today I'm speaking with Nubella Honey. She has just shared an
Hi.
extremely fun new record called Sagittarius, and I'm super excited to talk to her all about it. I want to thank you so much for coming on today. How are you doing?
I am good. I am nervous, like I told you previously.
Okay,
But I'm excited.
cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm gonna go
Mhm.
easy on you. There's nothing crazy about this, but
All
I
right.
do want to know. I do want to know the first thing is, I've
Mhm.
listened to this record at least 3 or 4 times already, and it's fantastic.
I'm
Every
sorry to
time I
hear
listen, I hear something new, but I want to know what it's about. It's there's so much going on instrumentally, like you get distracted from the lyrics, so I want to know from you what it's all about.
Yeah, so I wrote Sagittarius in like a weird time of my life and me like realizing what like sadness and depression was and me trying to get through it
Yeah,
and get through like heartbreak and um trying to hustle my way out of it too, just because I was kind of lost and like I didn't know what my next move was, but I knew it had to do with music. And
sure.
I realized that like I've been like giving myself excuses for why I shouldn't put like 100% into music, which is like always been my passion. So 2020, where like everything was going to shit. Can I curse, by the way? Should I
Whatever
see
you.
that early? Okay.
No rules here.
So when everything was going to shit, like, and I was doing a job that like I didn't love, and I was trying to figure out a way. Okay, well, I need money to live. I can't just go rogue. So I started writing about like the hustle mentality that I had. I started writing about feeling sexy. Started writing. I just started writing, and I wanted to make sure that this album wasn't about like heartbreak, because I know
Sure.
like a lot of artists who are going through heartbreak or
Yeah.
some type of depression, they like mainly hone in on that. So I was trying not to focus on
Very cool. Well,
that.
I mean, so much of what I love about it is that it's short enough to have repeated listens. You know what
Exactly.
I mean?
Yeah,
Like
that
it's
was the
straight to the
goal.
point and it's just like a shot of
Yeah.
energy, which is fantastic. And
Yeah.
you've also got some really fun features on there as well. It's not just you. I'd love to
Yeah.
hear on like who was all involved in the creation of this and like the production
Oh,
stuff.
child. Okay, I hope I don't fuck up the names.
That's okay. If you do, you do.
So, so I just want to start off by saying a huge thank you to John Joyce, Murray. Ooh, I'm about to fuck up his name. I'm just gonna say Murray, and Gabby, just because they kind of helped me materialize um, my vision of the album.
Sure.
And the features that I have, they were like instrumentalists. So I won't really
Yeah,
say
yeah,
they're like features, but I just added them as a feature just because I was extremely grateful for them like being a
totally.
part of the project. Um,
No, they
and
should be
that's
given that credit.
Wesley. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
So it was Nathan, Wesley, and I'm looking down at the names right now.
Okay.
Nathan, Wesley, and oh my god, what's the last one? Um, Eduardo. Eduardo is like the dopest percussionist ever. Just because like while I was in the studio, John Joyce, who like co-produced that album with me, kind of helped me um just with the like the studio side of everything, guiding me through the entire process. He like called his friend Eduardo, who like flew in from somewhere, and he was just basically saying that he just chilled with Erica Babdul, so like casually. I'm like,
Yeah, all
I
right.
wasn't trying to be like
Yeah, yeah, no,
I
that's
wasn't
huge.
trying to be like fangirling over Erica Babdul. Like I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, yeah, Erica Babdul, that's cool, because I didn't want to invade his
Of
space with
course,
a
of
bunch of
course.
questions. So, but the entire process was really nice. The brass players, they were so dope and professional. Like I gave them the melody, for the trumpet and the sax, and they executed it to perfection. So yeah, I hope
Well,
I'm
they
not
killed it.
rambling, but
They killed
yeah,
it.
yeah, they killed it. They killed
Um,
it.
it's like it's obviously I want to keep the focus on this record because it's it's what we're
Yeah.
talking about, but I also kind of want to look towards the future a little bit. Like, what do you have any ideas if you want to change up your sound or experiment, or are you the type of artist that's always working on the next thing? Like, how do you see this next year going for you?
Well, for this year, I want to focus on continuing to promote my album, and also kind of make gigging and touring the main focus.
Absolutely.
I want to get into festivals, so knock on wood, that is the goal, is to get into some festivals. Um, so I'm just trying to figure out that process by myself, and like doing everything by yourself and trying to figure shit out is it's
Yes.
a lot.
People don't realize. People don't
Oh my
realize.
god.
They just assume that music comes out of thin air.
Uh-huh.
The entire business side is like there's no book. There's no
Yeah.
like, step by step tutorial. It's all figuring it out, and so good for
Yeah.
you for handling it yourself. But yeah, it's so much forward thinking. It's like, okay, festivals
Yeah.
8 months from now, so I need to start putting an application.
Yeah, like I did not I did not know, like,
Yeah,
festivals wise you have to continue to send emails, but like you have to send it so far ahead,
yeah,
so that way if they even open up that email, you might be considered to
it's
like be an
wild.
opening act,
No, I completely
so
understand.
yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm currently trying to do. I want my main focus this year to like mainly be like gigging and touring, and just kind of focus on like just being out there more, because I like marketing, figuring out marketing for the album. It's cool and all, but like you can keep marketing, but if no one actually sees you perform, then like
I
it's gonna
understand.
kind of phase out.
I think
But
that's kind of the
yeah.
tough part with music nowadays, or at least in the past 2 years. It's just like
Yeah.
so many people all over the world have put out music for the first time, or they're veteran
Yeah.
artists and they just haven't been able to tour. And touring is so up in the air.
Yeah.
And I think we're headed
Yeah.
towards a positive direction in touring, but like still,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's crazy. But yeah, that's another thing I really wanted to talk about is this entire record is so lively and it's like begging to be played in a live setting. So I want to witness.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have you gotten like an agreement from the people that played on it? Like if we get shows, like they'll play with you? Would you ever?
So right. Oh my God, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry.
This is, don't even worry about it.
I'm so
All good.
sorry. But for the people that played on it, no, I think like everyone is just moving in their own direction, which is
Cool.
fine.
Yeah.
But I am uh trying to get a band together, so that way we can do gigs and we can tour, and I can actually like go hard on like talking to venues about possible
Totally.
performances and stuff,
Yeah.
because like you said, like the album is like lively,
Yeah.
and that's what I wanted people to listen to it and dance, but like in the show like really get loose. So
Fully
yeah.
understand. Yeah, I mean that's the most fun part about it is that there are so many different genre influences. Like
Yeah.
obviously there's like an allusion to like the 70s and the 80s and like funk, pop and groove, but then there's also so many modern sounds going on which kind of brings it all
Yeah.
together. What was your thought process behind like this is the type of album I want to make?
um so during like that period of my time, like I was listening to a lot of Anderson .Paak. I
Sure, I could
fucking
totally
love
hear
Anderson
that.
.Paak.
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Anderson .Paak is amazing.
Yeah.
So I was listening to a lot of Anderson .Paak. I started listening to Jungle again. I don't know if you
Yeah.
know who Jungle is.
Very familiar.
Perfect. Yeah,
Amazing
they're
live
like a
band too. Yeah.
yes, they're dope. And I started listening to a little bit of like Shaka Khan's new stuff. I'm still getting into Shaka Khan, and then uh, I listened to one particular song from Harry Styles over and over again, and that's
Sure, sure.
Watermelon Sugar.
Of course, of course.
Um, and all those like collection of like beautiful sounds and melodies and like songs just like got my brain flowing because I wanted something new because my previous projects were kind of like soul blues and like Afrobeat. So I was trying to
Gotcha.
like go towards like the funk side. I just came upon it by accident just because I was listening to Anderson .Paak so much. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, like I like the sound. It kind of made me hone in on like my higher octaves and my lower octaves because I think um as a singer I've always like tiptoed around being an alto, but mainly rested on a mezzo because that's like just comfort. And then
totally.
I try to yeah, so I try to like maybe for some of the backups for the higher octave vocals, I try to go for I won't say a soprano, but I don't know the level below a soprano, but that's what I was
I
trying to
don't
go
know
for.
either.
But yeah,
Nice. It clearly worked out. Um,
yeah,
so okay, so this is your debut record, is that correct?
yeah. It's my debut
Okay,
album.
so then I want to know,
Yeah.
like, obviously you've now gone through the entire process from thinking
Mhm.
about what you're going to write about to actually like composing and then clicking the submit button. Was there something along the entire process that surprised you the most about just like making a record in general?
Yes, money. The amount of money, like,
Oh,
because I funded everything,
yeah,
paying for studio time, paying for rehearsals. Granted that like the people I was jamming with at the time were gracious enough at times to like chip in for rehearsal, but paying for the photographer, and sleep. I did not think that I was going to lose so much sleep
yeah,
because just being like a creative director of the like album and then trying to focus on what melodies should go with what, trying to listen to mixes, listen to the master, being satisfied because for me, I'm impatient to a fault, but I'm also a perfectionist. So like just trying to constantly see if I'm making the right moves.
totally.
Um, that was a lot.
I mean, a couple things there to like expand on what you're saying. One, you have every right to be a perfectionist. You're putting the time, the money, and the effort in. And
Yeah.
ultimately, if you don't like the end product, then you spent all this time on what? You know what I mean? Like you should be able
Yeah.
to make music that you would listen to on your own. And like that's the part of the vision. And then the
Right.
second thing is like, I totally understand staying up at night. You've invested so much time into this. Like, why wouldn't you want it to turn out as well as possible? It's
Yeah.
probably a lot of stress and anxiety as well. Just like the
Yeah.
planning and the taking control and just the whole everything. So,
Yeah. Yeah. And
totally.
I'm glad that you understand that. I don't know if you're a musician or not. Are you a musician?
Hardly. I
Okay, you're
play instruments for fun, but I wouldn't say that I've like been part of bands or anything
gotcha.
for
I
personal.
mean, I'll still take it, you know.
Yeah, like I could play.
Yeah, exactly. No, but like not a lot of people understand what you're saying because a lot of like the audience just thinks, oh, okay, well, someone funded this. It looks good,
Yeah,
it's just so much put into it. And it's just, people just see the final product, but not
I
the
agree.
behind the scene.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's one of the main problems with the music industry these days is like
Right.
it's never been easier to make music. You know what I mean? Like anyone can make
Right.
any song on their computer and it can sound great. But then there's
Exactly.
also never been more competition. And with music coming out
Mhm.
every single Friday, like literally every single Friday is an album.
Yeah.
That is, there's something that, you feel like you don't want to get lost in the mix, and then it's just it's so complicated for an independent artist. Like,
Yeah.
feel for you guys. But like this is, and I say that because this is a record that truly needs to be heard. Like, doesn't matter what kind of music you enjoy. It doesn't matter like, you could send this to your grandma and she'd probably jam out to it. So
I love it. I love,
yeah,
I love it.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are 9 songs on this record. I know this is kind of a
Mhm.
tough question, but if you had to recommend someone to listen to a song to get into it, what would
Okay.
you pick?
Okay.
I don't think that there's a bad answer, but I want to hear from the person
um,
that made it.
okay. So can I do like what I would have picked when I was writing and then what I would pick now? Or
You
is this
can
like
do
enough,
whatever you
girl?
want. There are
Okay.
no rules.
Um so when I was writing Loose, I
Okay.
would have thought Loose was gonna be like my top. It was just going to be that girl,
Sure.
And then when Nubella Honey was finally done, because Nubella Honey is the only song that I did not write in 2020. Nubella Honey I actually wrote 2016 before I left to Berlin to study. So 2016, because I realized that when I was writing at that time, like I was just writing a lot of like hard rock songs because that's what I was listening to
Oh,
at the moment. Yeah, and I realized that I had never written like a love song. So that is like my first love song ever. And to just see it materialize to like where it is at this moment, like when I listen to it, I just feel like night and I just feel like just cozy and I don't know. It's just that song just gives me like a vibe. So
okay.
it'll be New Bella Honey as of
Cool.
right now.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I wasn't planning on asking you this, but like
Mhm.
it just popped into my head. I love your name. Like I assume that it's
Thank
not
you.
your real name, like it's a performer name, a
No.
stage name. Okay, because that would be awesome. Okay, so then
Yeah.
what was the inspiration behind the name?
Yes. So New Bella Honey was actually the name of the song first before it became my artist name.
You're kidding. That's really cool.
Yes.
Okay, that's really cool.
so, so when I wrote that love song 2016, I was
Sure,
trying to
sure.
figure out, okay, I don't want to call it like a cheesy love song. So I was like, okay, I want the song to be like something that kind of makes you feel like beyond, like a love beyond, something like above the galaxy.
Okay.
So I started looking into Nebula and I was like, okay, Nebula, that's all right. So I was like, okay, I need something that sounds a little like more, I don't know, more cute in a way.
Sure, sure.
so, so I come up with Nubella and then I added honey because honey is just sweet. It's love. Bella is love also. So
Love
Nubella
that.
honey. Yeah.
Fantastic name. And it's memorable. Like,
Right.
I mean, that's the hardest part in music is like your music could be okay, but if you have a
Yeah.
memorable name, people just want to say your name, and this is one of those names. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love
And also, my name before that was Kickass Teresa.
it. I'm sorry. Could you say that one more time?
Kickass Teresa
Kick
was my
ass
artist name before.
Teresa. That's also
Yes,
pretty good.
and I thought it was good. I thought it was like the dopest artist name ever. And then I
Pretty
try to
cool.
explain it to like when I was traveling because there was a period of time when I was traveling a lot.
Sure, sure.
So like I went to Chile and I was telling one of my like guy friends about like my name being Kickass Teresa. And they were like, why is it Kickass Teresa? I was like, yeah, because Mother Teresa and I'm nice. And the fact that I had to do all that explanation, I was like, you know what,
Wait,
this is not for me.
I'm sorry, but like it's not that complicated of a name. Like both are great
It's
names.
not
I would
what
I would probably have said the same thing about both names because like
Right.
there's nothing about that. But all right, you know what?
I thought it was deep at the moment.
How does
So
it? I think, I think both are great names. Wow.
all right, I'll
Okay,
take
perfect. I'm glad I
that.
asked. Um, okay, I've got a couple more questions for you at this point.
Hmm.
We are recording this in January, which means we're at the
Hmm.
beginning of the year. What
Hmm.
are some lofty, huge goals that you've set for yourself to hopefully accomplish by the end of the year?
Yes. So I want my. Ooh, okay. So I want to think about it before I start talking. Okay. So my main goal is to get out there, do more performances, do more gigs, to get on festivals, to get on. I don't want to say a festival because I don't want to sell myself short, but I want to perform on
Perfect.
festivals. Um, my second goal is to figure out how to get my music synced.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I'm like learning about that, and oh my god, that is a lot.
Yeah. I actually
That
don't know
is,
much about it, but it seems complicated.
yeah, it's a lot. It's just a lot of waiting and then like reaching out to people. So I'm trying to figure out the reaching out process and figure out the right people to talk to. Um, so besides the syncing performance, um, continue to grow and get more people to listen to Sagittarius. Um,
Yes.
that those are like, I hope I said three because I know I was talking a lot. So those are my three, my top three goals, and also I could like four. Let me say four. So my fourth one is to like be true to who I am, and just be honest with myself. Which I don't know if that fits in with the question that you asked, but I just wanted to put that
I think it does.
in.
No, because you
Okay.
know what?
Okay.
Goals are goals, whether they're musical or
Yeah.
not. So if that's what you want to
Yeah.
shoot towards, I say go for it. Okay, I've got one more question for you. Basically, the
Hmm.
question is for the person that is going to discover you from this, and for the person
Hmm.
that is going to listen to your music for the first time, what is an
Hmm.
opening message that you'd like to say to them?
Oh my God. I'm trying to figure out a way to be deep, but not be like.
It can be as deep or as shallow as you want, and it
Nah, if
doesn't.
I try to be deep, it's not gonna come up that way.
Yeah.
um, um, I don't know. Like, listen with an open mind because writing the album, I had my own perception of what I want to convey, but I want the audience to kind of come up with their own perception, kind of come up with their own
Yeah.
emotions and how the album makes them feel. So yeah.
Great answer
Oof.
and a
Yeah.
great interview. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to do this. And I'm going to go
You're
ahead
all
and
good.
plug the record. It is called Sagittarius. We'll have all the links, obviously, for people to listen and follow and do all that
Yes.
fun stuff. But just like, damn, what a great record this is. And I'm not going to
Thank
stop
you.
listening to it. And I'm personally invested in the rest of your year. So
Oh, thank
I wish you
you.
the best. And I want to thank you so much again. This has really been great.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're
And
very welcome.
before
Please, please.
uh we say goodbye, I just want to also thank you for your platform. I don't know if a lot of people tell you this because I know it's really hard for like independent artists to kind of find blogs that will like actually listen to them and not like charge them out the ass because they don't know, like the independent artist doesn't know what press is or what to do with that. So like I truly appreciate like your platform and what it does for independent artists. So thank you for letting me be a part of your platform.
You're welcome. You're going to make me cry because no one tells me that.
Really?
And no, no, never.
Oh
Occasionally, but
my God.
usually never. So that really does mean a lot. And I sincerely thank you. Like it's not just me; it's a lot of people. But thank you. I
You're
really appreciate
welcome.
it. Yeah, I look forward to speaking soon. Like I said,
Aw,
I hope you have a great day, and this has been awesome.
thank you.
Like, thank
Thank
you
you.
again.
Likewise.
Bye bye.
Bye.